Hi.
I'm good. It's going to be fun.
Right? It's awesome.
We're live.
Oh, awesome. Hooray, being live. Good morning. Hi, everybody for lunch. How's it going, Scott? Happy afternoon.
It is going well. We're doing a lot better than you weather-wise, for sure. We don't have snow on the ground. We have a little bit of rain, but it's in the 60s. We can deal with that, but you're dealing with some crazy snow out there.
Yeah, we definitely got a flake or two, and I appreciated my elbow grease and a shovel yesterday for sure. Definitely more than, well, I guess they predicted this amount, but I'm always skeptical being a native on how much it'll actually snow. So for everyone joining us, hello, welcome for To Lunch with Sefka. I'm Kayleen McCabe, host and contractor, joined as always with my awesome co-host, Scott Sheelar, who is the founder and CEO of Sefka. So Scott, beyond the awesome weather, how was your week last week?
It was amazing. The weather's starting to warm up here in Atlanta. It's definitely becoming springtime, and just enjoying this time of year and just busy with Sefka. I mean, we have a lot going on here at our organization. We are, we're putting a lot of people to work. We're getting kids excited about the construction industry. We have our Little Builders program with you. We're expanding the Construction Ready program, which is our adult program. You know, we started that here in Atlanta, and we're expanding that across the state. In fact, that's what we're gonna focus on today, and I look forward to talking with you more about that.
It's awesome. It's great to see you guys busy. You know, I am busy also supporting Sefka, but you know, before we really dive into the meat and potatoes of today's interview, you know, we normally spend a few minutes geeking out about something ridiculous. And I was joking before we started, hey, to all of our viewers, sometimes we chat before we start, that I was going to talk about pickle juice because my arms are so tired from shoveling yesterday. But I have another tool that I have to geek out about, Scott. So I'm not sure if you're familiar with metal puzzles. They're sheets of metal and they come flat. And then you cut out the pieces, and like right now I'm making a locomotive, but I have very bad vision and my eyes get tired putting these together. And, you know, with my exercise happening yesterday, today I'm going to have a nice calm activity. So I found these on the internet, and these are like glasses that have super microscopic, or they can zoom in on anything. And then also I have a light. And so I just had to share my level of geekness has actually been satiated by being able to see and build stuff in tiny mass.
Those are really neat. And I've seen those metal puzzles before at the local hardware store. We have an Ace Hardware here in Decatur. And I see those puzzles, and I've always been curious. You know, they have Star Wars ones. I'm sure you've seen those. They have the Death Star and R2-D2, and so I've been tempted. I might have to check it out.
Yes, I do have Baby Yoda and Darth Vader assembled, and a lot of the ship. They're really good. So yeah, I'll give you some tips and tricks, because I found that, you know, construction for me is a lifestyle. It's not just a career that I'm doing. It's something that I'm really addicted to. I have to create and work with my hands all the time. And with the metal puzzles, it's satiating that need for me when I can't be on a job site. And what I'm so excited about today is the fact that Sefka is really taking that love of creating and building and inspiring it, not only in the younger generations with the Little Builders program, which melts my heart and makes me want to tap dance, but also with the Construction Ready program. And I'm really excited that today we get to do a deep dive on that, because this program, I mean, we can spark the interest and excitement now at any age. So I'm excited about today's conversation.
Me too, Kayleen. It's an awesome program, and we're definitely doing a deep dive with the mayor from Savannah today, and look forward to sharing a little bit of the history of the program with you, and how it's going to benefit residents here in Georgia, across the state. And eventually we're going to take this program nationwide as well. So if you're not in Georgia, stay tuned. We're coming your way too.
Good. Hooray. Hi, Colorado would like to hang out. Well, let's go ahead and dive into it, because normally, you know, we hang out for a bit and then bring our guest on, but Scott, you kind of are my guest today as well. And so let's go ahead and start off on what is Construction Ready? You know, Sefka is a broad group, but specifically can you explain Construction Ready?
Yeah, the best way to think about Construction Ready is it is our adult programming, right? We work with youth of all ages from elementary up through high school, but we realize there are a lot of adults who have already graduated from high school and they want to work in construction. And so we created this program called Construction Ready to take an adult who is unemployed, or maybe they're underemployed, or maybe they're a librarian and they're tired of working with books and they want to build something outside, and they can come to our program. And the other interesting thing I'll mention about this program is it started with Arthur Blank and the Atlanta Falcons here in Atlanta. When Arthur Blank was building the new Mercedes-Benz Stadium for the Atlanta Falcons and the Atlanta United, he wanted to put local residents to work on that project. He wanted to put local people. And you know the industry well, Kayleen. You can't just let anyone walk onto a $2 billion commercial construction site. They've got to be prepared. They've got to be safe. There's just a lot of things they need to know before they can step foot. So we created this Construction Ready program specifically to put local residents to work on Mercedes-Benz Stadium. But it was so successful that here it is, 7 years after we started it, really thriving across the state of Georgia. And so in the short version is it's a 4-week boot camp style training program, again, designed specifically for residents of Georgia. The goal of Construction Ready is to not only train people, but to connect them with top construction companies.
Love
the cool thing too here in Georgia is the training is free to eligible applicants. So it's no cost. They go through the 4 days of training and then we connect them with an employer. It is designed for people who want a career and not just a job. So we work hard to place our graduates with construction companies who are going to continue to develop people in their careers. So it's an awesome program. We're expanding across the state. Our next stop actually is Savannah, where we've already expanded to Augusta. Savannah is next up, and we're going to be talking with the mayor of Savannah a little bit later on today. So I'm looking forward to that.
I'm very excited too, because I mean, hang on. Can you please repeat the cost again for someone who wants to participate in this 4-week program? And we say boot camp, you're not going to be every morning coming out of the thing and doing push-ups.
No, so it is $0 as one of our students famously said. No cost to our students to go through the program. And no, it's not a military boot camp in that sense, but we call it boot camp because it's pretty tough and pretty fast paced. It starts at 7:30 in the morning and goes until 5. So it's a full day, Monday through Friday. And we do have high expectations. You have to be on time. You have to, follow the rules that we have in place for the program. And you can actually fire yourself from the program if you don't, meet our expectations. But the idea is to get you ready for that construction employer, because guess what? If you get on with a construction employer and you don't show up on time and you don't stay drug-free and you don't, you talk back to your supervisor, you're going to fire yourself from that job. And so we wanted to recreate that environment within our Construction Ready program. So that's what we've done.
It's so smart because you're preparing folks for the real world. And, I love the phrase, you could fire yourself from this job. Yes, you can, because we have high expectations for a reason. The starting pay is quite high in this industry and the growth potential is exponential. What typically are the workers starting at in the area? Like what hourly wage?
Yeah, and so keep in mind, this is an entry-level program. So most of our students who graduate, they start in an entry-level job, and we're seeing about $14 an hour is what we're seeing for that entry-level job. But the cool thing, as I said, we've been doing the program for 7 years. So we've seen a lot of our graduates grow in their companies into foreman positions, supervisor positions. We've had several of our graduates come back to hire graduates in our program. So they're in hiring positions within their new companies. So, our industry as well as I do, Kayleen, you can climb as high as you want to in our industry. And so the key is to get your foot in the door with a good company, impress the heck out of that company. And it's just going to be a matter of time before you rise up, within that company into higher level positions, making more money. I mean, we've had stories of our graduates making $75,000 to $100,000 a year. To be clear, that's not right out of the program. It takes 3 or 4 years to get to that point. but it's not uncommon for our graduates to make, over $75,000 a year after 4 or 5 years in the industry. And so it is a really cool program, Kayleen. We obviously love it.
I love it too, because what you're doing is demystifying the magic trick. In the 4 weeks, you're really kind of learning the basics, the nuts and bolts, preparing someone for an entry level job. This is minimum wage plus, with the growth potential that happens quite fast. You aren't sitting at this hourly wage for years. We're so needy in the industry. We want to see foremen and people of higher positions. So let's talk about how many people are still employed in the same group a year later. We see a lot of turnover sometimes, but what are your statistics?
Yeah, so we keep up with our graduates for at least 1 year after they graduate. We follow up every 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. We want to stay in touch with them and make sure that everything is okay and help them if they need help, right? And we follow up with both the graduate and the employer, because we want to hear both sides of the story. Sometimes we'll follow up with the graduate and they'll be like, oh yeah, everything's going great. Then we follow up with the employer and the employer will be, well, not so much. And then that allows us to jump in and figure out what the problem is. But our retention rate at 1 year is 70%, Kayleen, which is really good when you look at the industry retention rate and you look at similar training programs across the country. The average is about 50% across the country. We're tracking at 7 out of 10 of our graduates are staying in our industry full time for a full year. And so it's pretty amazing.
That is so amazing. And the fact that you are expanding and bringing this into Georgia is phenomenal. I'm looking at some of the reasons why you've been able to do this. Is Governor Kemp's GEAR funding, which is part of the CARES Act, is great. But I'm excited to talk to our guest today, who's actually the mayor of Savannah, Georgia, where this program is launching and actually open availability right now. Besides Savannah, are you able to tell me some of the other places that this will eventually be expanding to?
Yeah, so we started here in Atlanta, as I mentioned, and we have 3 different sites here, but we will be statewide. We're going statewide this year, and we're going into Gwinnett, which is a North Atlanta suburb. As I mentioned, we're going to Augusta, Savannah, and then Columbus and Macon. So these are all of the major cities, pretty much all of the major cities in the state of Georgia that we will be in within the next 12 months. We'll be in all of these cities. So it's exciting. We've known it's a great program. It's been great for Metro Atlanta residents, but now thanks to Governor Kemp and the CARES Act grant that we received, we're going to be able to take it across the state. And we're super excited about that, Kayleen.
I love it. Okay, so let's pretend, hi, I'm Kayleen. I just moved to Georgia. I need a job. What do I need to be eligible to be a participant in this program?
Yeah, it's a great question. So, we don't let just anyone waltz into the program. There are eligibility criteria. We do ask for a resume when you come in, but we'll help you create that if for some reason you don't have one. You do have to pass a drug screen. As you know, Kayleen, most jobs in our industry, you're going to have to pass a drug screen before you can set foot on the job site, just because of safety issues. And so we make that a requirement in our program as well. You have to pass a drug screen. We do a background check, but I'll mention that we are very background friendly. There are very few backgrounds that would eliminate someone from our program. So that's just mainly to give us an idea of what, who we're dealing with in terms of backgrounds. You have to be at least 18 years old to be in the Construction Ready program. You have to be physically fit and able to lift at least 50 pounds. And you know the reason for that, Kayleen. And then also we do something called a TABE assessment, which is Test of Adult Basic Education. We're looking for you that you're able to read and do math at least a 6th grade level, because this class moves at a really fast pace. And so we want to make sure that you're able to keep up with the pace of the class. And then you also have to commit to attend all 20 days. We cram so much into these 20 days of training, you really can't miss a single day and successfully complete the program. And then you do have to have reliable transportation to get, to and from class and then to and from your project. So that's just a quick overview of the requirements. Pretty basic, but they are important to get into our program.
I love all these requirements because they're so important. This is how the real world works. And so not, kind of letting go is very important. And so I'm so excited to talk to Mayor Van Johnson with Savannah, Georgia, and really discuss why bring this amazing program. Because Scott, I can't wait until this launches like absolutely all over the place. And so I'm so sorry. I'm on my phone, so.
They don't have on a mask. We have a mask ordinance.
Yep.
Somebody, you need to, and we'll see how we come out of this thing, you know, with COVID, with all these people. All I know that I asked
some crossover audio?
Yeah.
Well, I see Mayor Johnson's screen, but I don't see his face just yet.
No problem.
Mayor,
all right.
Are you there? All right.
Hey, how are you?
Oh, good, good. Well, how are you today?
I'm good. I mean, I thought they said 12. Am I late?
You're fine.
No more. We're having such a great chat. We're running a little bit behind, Mayor. So thank you so much for your patience.
All right. So we're okay. No problem at all. I appreciate the opportunity to be here.
Yes. I am joined again with Scott Sheelar, founder of SEFCA, and I'm so excited that you're bringing Construction Ready to Savannah. Can you tell me, why did you make that decision?
Well, I mean, Savannah is construction ready. I mean, even during this very strange time of COVID-19, Savannah has continued to build in spite of all of that. And, you know, as you go around our community, you see a variety of construction projects that are underway, now hiring signs. And so this was an opportunity for us to engage with a program that's been proven, a program that has performed well. And this creates opportunities for us to identify individuals who want more than just work, but really a career opportunity. And so this falls right into what we're trying to do as we continue to not only improve job readiness, but also lift people out of poverty.
Big time.
One of the things you may not know about Savannah, and maybe the mayor can expand on this a little bit, they're expanding a huge port. In fact, I think it's going to be the largest port on the eastern seaboard, if I'm not mistaken. And my understanding, Mayor, is that's driving a lot of construction in the region. And you're right, I've been down to Savannah several times. It's a beautiful city. And I saw the development down on the riverfront that is just gorgeous. And so can you speak to a little bit about how the port is driving all of the construction activity in Savannah?
Right. Well, we do have a port that is not only significant in the state, but is significant in the region and the East Coast. It has gotten busier and busier and busier. As a result, logistics become extremely necessary, and construction to support our expanded port becomes very, very necessary. So we need skilled workers to be able to help to be able to do that. And as the mayor of a city, it certainly pains me when we have opportunities and not have people that are prepared to take advantage of those opportunities. So the Construction Ready program helps us to skill up individuals, to have them be ready for the opportunities. The opportunities are here. We just need people to take advantage of those opportunities.
That's it. As soon as I can handle the humidity, I'm moving from Colorado to Georgia. The opportunities are off the charts. Mayor, can you speak to any particular career paths or skilled worker focus that you're in need of specifically?
Again, a variety of them. We talk about logistics. We're building here the largest municipal project ever in our history. And Savannah is the oldest city in Georgia. We have just celebrated our 288th birthday. And we're building an arena that is state of the art. And the fact is, again, we want Savannians to build this arena. And again, this is a need for skill sets, some acumen, some soft skills. And I think that Construction Ready provides that because once the project is over, the skills don't leave you. The skills are now portable, the skills are now transferable, and you can move them to something else. And so we hope that you definitely will move here. I mean, it was 82 degrees this past weekend. I think I'm gonna go sit out on the beach today, you know, with a mojito or a martini. And if you're in Colorado, sorry.
You know, all right, well, Mayor.
I mean, you have on a flannel, shirt on. I have on shorts underneath this suit. I'm just saying. Welcome to Savannah.
It sounds amazing. And truly what I'm jealous and envious of the residents there getting the ability to take advantage of this program, because they are skills that you can take anywhere forever. And it sounds like, so a port, an arena, any other big projects in Savannah?
Well, again, we have a huge, thriving tourist industry. And so we, although this is the day before St. Patrick's Day, we welcome up to upwards of 500,000 people here just for St. Patrick's Day and the festivals around it. Because of COVID, we're probably going to be less than about 50,000, but usually people come here. We have hotels everywhere. We have a whole hospitality industry that is designed to make people feel at home, and we have over 15 million visitors that visit our city every single year. We just expanded Southwest Airlines from 5 cities here into Savannah. Well, the fact is that tourism industry needs infrastructure. There are hotels to be built, there are facilities to be built, there are airport facilities to be built. And so again, as Savannah grows, we need people to build Savannah. And what I like again about this Construction Ready program is that it helps Savannahans to build Savannah. We have a policy that we call Savannah First. It doesn't mean Savannah only, but we want Savannahans working on the projects that are important to us. And we know that opportunities might come and go, but we know skills never go away. And so if we're able to skill up individuals, if we're able to teach them very, very valuable skills that they can move from job to job, we know their ability to feed their families, their ability to buy a home, their abilities to do the things that they want to do, live their best life, comes from this opportunity. And so we know that from the Construction Ready program, over 90% of the individuals that have graduated in Georgia are still with the job after 1 year. Well, we think we can beat that. We're very competitive here in Savannah. We think that we're better than any of the cities you're already in, with all due respect to my friends of the mayors of those cities. But our duty and our aim is to outperform and overperform all of those cities, and we're planning on doing that.
Well, that is a great challenge, and I like that kind of competition. The first class is beginning in May, and I say the first because it sounds like SEFCA also has some big plans beyond one class. Can you tell us about the plan for additional classes?
Well, I mean, we have a class scheduled from May 17th to June 11th, and we have a bunch of other classes. Again, our goal is this is a relationship. This is not a one and done. This is for an opportunity for us to really get this ingrained in the community. And we believe, particularly this inaugural class, I think it's something specifically important about being the first, being the pilgrims, being the inaugural class. And I think that is going to be so successful that these other classes will fill up quickly. So we're asking for some daring souls to be of the inaugural class. And then there's nothing wrong with being second, third, fourth, and fifth. And so we have classes running all the way through December of 2022. And we're just telling people, I mean, it may not be you. It may be somebody that you know. It may be that child in your house that's playing PlayStation all day and it needs that opportunity. It might be somebody who is really in a dead-end job and determines they want to have a better career. I mean, this is such a potential game changer all the way around for us. And again, I'm excited for the partnership that the state has developed, and I'm excited that we're able to bring this to Savannah.
I am also very excited. Congratulations on the partnership. And I will be visiting in the near future to check out all of the awesome construction projects happening there. And you're right.
Well, if you can get out, if you can get out of the snow, if you can get out of the snow, then you can come and visit us. But as I understand, our friends in Colorado are knee deep in snow. So, we'll think about you on the beach. Shovel snow, I'll shovel sand. But again, Savannah is the mother city of Georgia. We're used to doing things in a big and historic way, And we're expecting this to be really the pace setter for the program here in Georgia.
It's
And certainly
wonderful.
we appreciate Scott and all of his assistants and our entire team here locally for working to help make this a reality.
Mayor, thank you so much for taking time to join us for lunch today and also talking about the wonderful things happening in Savannah. It's much appreciated.
Well, I appreciate it, and next time I'll appreciate it. If they say we're going to have lunch, then I'm expecting lunch, and I didn't see any lunch, so
I got cashews. I'll share.
So you could tell that she's not from Savannah, because in Savannah, when we say lunch, we eat until we get tired. And so part of the wonderful cuisine here, and again, restaurants we built. I'll just wait till you come here, and you'll see for yourself. And I think you'll be like Forrest Gump. You'll never go back to Greenbow, Alabama.
I truly believe it, Mayor. Yes, this has been a joy and a half, and I look forward to lunch in person. So thank you for taking the time again. And next, we're actually bringing on a recent graduate from the construction program. Thanks, Mayor.
Thank you.
And do we have Al on right now?
I do not see him yet, but I'm sure he will be here any minute. I can talk until he comes in. I didn't get a chance to thank Mayor Johnson. Looks like he's coming in now, but just so appreciative. They've welcomed us with open arms. Kayleen, we did a nice launch down in Savannah this weekend. We've already had over 100 applicants already from the Savannah area for the Construction Ready program. So it is happening, but let's talk to Al. He has a lot better things to talk about than I do. Hi, Al.
Good morning, Scott. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for the invite again. SEFCA program is phenomenal. From the beginning to the end, I like all the programs that are structured into one to get three things out of the occupants. What we get is we got real-time training, real life work, and actually stuff that prepares for the real world. So everything from once you first are starting off with SEFCA, they prepare you with the tools, they put you around the right teachers. Like myself, I love Miss Davis. I loved a lot. I love, of course, Dr. James, who did the financial management and financial literacy. These are things that all of the students need. And with that as well, the resume building, the way I thought it was really phenomenal, the way that the study structure took us from one thing and then just wish us over to another thing. It kind of filled in and led on to the next. So it was a complete study guide, and it was great. Like I said before, I doubted that it was gonna, I questioned it. Me being my age, I didn't have a lot of time. I'm almost 50 years old, but it hit right dead on, and it got me in position. Things that attributed to my success. I have no problem ever telling somebody how great SEFCA is as a program, and how fulfilling it will be once you graduate. Like I said, the program sets you up with your own resume. They also do something very unique. I don't know if I can speak about it, but the 2-minute video.
What's
the 2-minute video?
Oh yes, the interview, the Facebook. Yeah. Yep.
Nails it. It is perfect. And then they go into the hiring fair and having the actual employers come and you interview with them, and it kind of gives you a feeling of a little more sense of pride in what's going on. And like I said, I come from a construction background, my family and everything, and again, I can't be more happy and proud to be a SEFCA graduate. And I'm going back for Construction Plus so I can get more. Right now, I work for a company named SD&C. I'm a civil engineer. I'm a supervisor. I have a large crew. I just opened teed off my new property. We're working on Deering Road right now, and that's right off Hollow Mill Road. We also have another project I just got almost finished with. It's on Martin Luther King. We got Fulton Industrial all the way down the north side, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And I thank SD&C for hiring me, and I thank SEFCA for giving me the push and the education. Thank you guys so much.
You're amazing. You are so fantastic. Oh my gosh, serious.
Thank you.
I'm excited for you, and you can feel your energy through the phone, and congratulations. So, my gosh, did you think when you started the program that you would be handling a crew the size you are now?
Like I said, I came in with background experience, and I actually doubted it. I doubted that in that length of time, you know, that it would be, the program would be that dynamic. But by the second week, I was locked in. I was locked all the way in. I was hands down all in, you know, because, yeah.
Oh, no, sorry to interrupt, but so pretend I'm a skeptic and I'm you again right before the class started and like, oh, okay. What are you saying to me to get me to believe earlier or even to get someone to sign up? What are the magic words?
Well, the magic words are, for me, it was to get credentialized and knowing the difference between getting a certificate and getting actual credentials. And, you know, that's something that stands out in the workforce. Like when you go on a construction site, you know, a lot of people might have had 10 years of skill in a trade. They might be under a journeyman or a master, but they don't have the credentials. They haven't gone to class and got credentialized. So this is a program that credentializes you where you can walk on. Like right now, I'm the competent person. Okay, I have a certification in credentials in fall protection. Forklift training, all of those things help you, you know, and even beyond that, OSHA qualified, certified, you know, NCCER qualified. And I also got, you know, if you fall out on the ground, if you fall out, I give you some, I can give you some basic PA. So it's a great program. You're certified all the way around, and it's a start. It's definitely a start. I still have a lot to learn. The one thing I would say that if you really want this to happen to someone, I'm telling them, if you really want this to happen for yourself, you want to be in this construction industry, okay? Not a construction job. You don't want to be a construction worker. You want to be a construction professional in the construction industry. You take this serious, and trust me, the only time you'll look back is to say thank you. And that's all I've ever done, because this is a great program.
Oh, I can't wait to have lunch with you in real life. Oh my gosh, Al, you're awesome. So awesome. You know, we actually have another question for you, but I'm on my phone and didn't read it. Scott, would you mind asking the question that came through?
Yes. So, and actually this is just a general question, but what are the next steps for Savannah career seekers? I believe we have a slide that we're going to put up to show Savannah career seekers what their next steps are. And maybe Al could look at it and kind of walk through it with us. Is Al still? I don't see.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, perfect. My view just changed. But yeah, next steps. Al, you know this well. Did you sign up through constructionready.org? Is that how you found out about us?
Exactly. I started out with constructionready.org, and originally what happened was I signed up for a test. We took some tests, and because of COVID, the aptitude test, one of the programs I wanted to get into, they closed it down. And then I said, well, let me do my construction ready. So I went into there, started the new career. After I got there, the orientation was great. Mr. Hornbuckle is a pure definition of what a construction guy is. That's what a PM, a superintendent, that's what they are. And he hit us with the orientation, let us know this is a boot camp. You know, there'll be no playing tolerated. This is about work. This is to keep your work ethic going and keep you goal orientated the whole time. So of course, with that, you're introduced to the program that tell you what the structure is as far as what classes you'll be taking, how to prepare yourself for those classes, what things you should do to bring to that class, as far as like, you always got to bring your A game. That's one thing, but you always have to have pen and pad. You also have to be a great note taker. And then with that, what they do also is you'll have a time where you'll go through different classes. You'll get a schedule, a calendar, give you different classes to let you know what days are test days. So you'll be really prepared. It's no pop quiz. It's just you go in, you study your guides, you go through your manuals, and for each module there's a test. You take your test, then you take your credential test. I mean, it's not easy, but it's not hard. You just got to be dedicated, and you got to want to change. It's all about you. This career path that you chose, this program is great. So once you've gotten through your classes, then they have what they call a hiring fair. Now the hiring fair, you'll be prepped before the hiring fair to where you can also get your, like we talked about earlier, the YouTube video. You can also get your resume corrected and checked for you, make sure it's correct. It's going to be a targeted resume for actual companies to look at. And what they'll do is they'll come in, but the hiring fair is like I said, it's so unique because other people go to what they call job fairs. Everyone knows a job fair. You know, you take a bunch of resumes, you go sit at somebody's table, and you put your resume on the table, and they get a good look at you. You shake their hand confidently with your chest out and chin up like that, and then you wait for the call. With the hiring fair, it's the other way around. The actual students are on the other side of the table, and we're actually interviewing, have the opportunity to interview the company. So I think that's a great part that it gives you, like I said, it gives you more ownership into what you're doing and what you're presenting. So when you're able to interview the actual company, the one thing you want to know is what's the culture of the company. You know, what is the turnaround ratio? Is there an open door policy? These things that actually will attribute to your life and your success. Are you guys training or hiring up from inside? Or, you know, is there going to be more advancement for me? Those are the questions you want to know. You know, for me, I got a tip from Mr. Hornbuckle. I guess I kind of took a tip from Mr. Hornbuckle when I went in, and instead of asking about, you know, how much am I getting paid, you know, it was just seeing what opportunity I can get into, because I know if I had the opportunity, I could show my worth. If I can show my worth, I can show my value. So, you know, like Dr. Jones also said, you know, we've known, myself included, people who've gone in, and I don't have a problem disclosing, I took an offer for $13 as a supervisor, a training supervisor, but look at me now. You know, so it's not always about, you know, saying that, you know, oh, this company's not paying this company not paying that. You get the opportunity. Once you get the opportunity, you go out there and you show out. You show your value, you show your worth. And then with that 104, people don't understand. When Mr. Hornbuckle said that 104 shows, I'm on a site right now supervising 3 subcontracting companies, and in each, well, I got more than that. I got about 8, but 3 of the subcontracting companies that I use, one is cement, they do cement. Another one is our electrician, which is H&S Lighting. And the other one is actually South Fulton Nursery. There are like 4 different guys that have SEPCA hats on. And when they see my 104, they're like, oh, you went to SEPCA? I said, yeah, I got my 104. I'm grabbing their hats, like, where's your 104? So, you know, and it's a great thing, you know, because again, SEPCA is a program, and I could put it against any program, and I don't think there's another program that's got like a 98% hiring rate, a 98% finishing or graduating rate. It doesn't get like that. I haven't seen it. And if there is one,
it doesn't exist.
It's got to be SEPCA. Yeah. It's got to be SEPCA, because those numbers are remarkable, and I see it. I'm living proof of it. I walk around it every day. I see it. I see other guys at other sites. There's a lot of SEPCA hard hats in the city, and I would like for be able to go somewhere else and see some more.
Terry, that's amazing. Al, you were a surprise treat on today's lunch. Truly, thank you so much for sharing your insight and passion. Genuinely, I want to have you back just to geek out. So we'll do lunch again. I already know that. Like, you're so fun.
Problem. Not a problem. I'm waiting for the new class to start up. I wanted to go in and visit the guys. I got some gifts from SDNC. We got some gifts for them. So I'm waiting for the next class to start up, and I'm going to set those guys up right. We just hired 2 alumni from SEPCA working for me now. We've got Miss Charisma Johnson, and we were looking for another gentleman named what's his name? Orswell. I got to get that from Miss Alexis. She'll give me the information. But yeah, this is where we're going.
Thank you, Al. Let's definitely have Al back on, because there's so much more here. You know, he shared a lot of things, Kayleen. The 104 means a perfect score. Basically, that means through the 4 weeks, he kept all of his points and he added 4 bonus points. So that's what the 104 means. And they get a special sticker that indicates that. And there's so much. He mentioned names like Hornbuckle and Davis. Those are just a lot of teachers and leaders in our program that I want to talk more about at a later date. But Al, you always do an amazing job. And Kayleen, I don't know if you picked up, he always goes back and speaks to our students, our current class of students, to get them fired up and excited about the program. So very special graduate, Al. We appreciate all that you do to promote the program. You're an amazing ambassador, and we really appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate everything you've done for me, and God bless you guys.
Yes, sir.
Have a great one.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you, Al.
You're very welcome.
Well,
Bye-bye, guys.
bye-bye. Well,
right.
Scott, oh my goodness. Talk about a marathon lunch. This has been amazing. Oh, I want to hug our guests today. They were so brilliant. You know, one thing that I don't think we repeated enough, we kind of did, but can you tell us the website on where folks can go to find out information, how to sign up for any of these amazing programs?
It's super easy. Constructionready.org, constructionready.org. Everything you need there. If you're a student that wants to sign up for the program, if you're an employer that wants to hire these graduates, you can find it right there on constructionready.org. And we'd love to work with you.
It's amazing too. And okay, so backstory. I fell in love with SEFCA, and I think Al is probably similar. It's not just an organization, it's a family. These people really care. And there's a lot of passion behind seeing success with the graduates in employment, but just in life in general. So it goes so much beyond just getting, you know, a career. It's more than that. It's a network that you're creating behind it. And so, I'm happy that we're finishing off bringing up the website for folks to check out more information.
Perfect. There.
Yes, and of course, for all of our fans still watching, if you have any other questions, always feel free to text Career Path to 31996. And then next week, join us. I'm very excited. We're going to be talking to Chris Mayer with Contractors, Closers, and Connections event, and I'm really excited to hear about that. So again, constructionready.org. Please sign up. I mean, there's no cost to you with a pretty much guaranteed career on the other side of it. I hate to say it, but we're just that desperate. We're so excited to hire everyone. So Scott, thank you again for hanging out for lunch today.
Yes, Kayleen, thank you. And be safe there in the snow. I hope that it melts quickly.
I do too. I'm done shoveling. So I'm going to pretend I'm on the beach, enjoying some time out in Savannah.
Sounds good. Thank you, Kayleen. Have a good week.
Thanks, you too, Scott. See you later. Bye-bye.